Okay, hello everyone. Guys, today we're going to review everything we've looked at so far this trimester because we're going to have a test, and that's next week. Next week is asynchronous, so we don't really have Zoom meetings, but you need to take this test. It'll be short, it's kind of like a quiz. And we've covered a lot here, so I just want to go over everything we've covered here again. All right? The assignments today are a little different than normal. All right, again, the objective is just to review all the materials we've covered so far. We did a lot on absolute value. And guys, look at it. I'm hoping you can start this trimester with a real good grade. All right, I haven't given you a lot of work, and I've helped you a lot with the videos and stuff. All right, so you go into a winter break, and you have like an A or a B in math, all right? That's what I'm kind of hoping for here. As we talked a lot about functions, and you need to understand what a function is. And it's a relation where each input only has one output. And over here, these are called mapping diagrams. Okay, and the notes assessment is about these today. What's a function, what's not? All right, when each of these inputs just goes to one output, that's a function. Even this one is okay. These each down here, the 2 and the negative 2, go to one output. That's okay. But when you see like here where the 9, the input, has 2 different outputs, or this 3 down here has 2 different outputs, the 5 and the 6, you cannot have that. That's not a function. Okay? The other one you need to know about function is the vertical line test. Put that in bold. Okay? When you graph the function, if you draw a vertical line anywhere along the function, it should only touch it in one place, like this right here. This is a function. This is a sine wave. Or up here, again, here is an absolute value. It's shaped like a V. No matter where I draw a vertical line, it only touches that red, the function, in one place. Or this oval, that's not a function, like the oval down here. It's not a function. It touches in 2 places, like this right here. All right, this is one of these x equals y squared. That's not a function here, okay? And the intercept, y'all are pretty good at those. It's where they cross or touch the axes, the x or the y axis. However, one thing we didn't quite talk about before, and I want you to get this, they're called the zeros of the function. In particular, it's where they cross the x-axis, the x-intercepts, where they cross or touch the x-axis. We sometimes call that the zeros, or the roots, or the solution. Sometimes we call it that. And what they are, they're the input values which makes the output 0. Because when f of x is 0, that's when y is 0. That's when it crosses the x-axis. Okay? It's whatever x is when y is 0. That's called the zeros. And we're going to study that a lot more later on this year. I just want you to take a look at that right now. Again, we looked at domain, all the set of inputs, or all the x values, and think about how wide it is. This is kind of a segment of a function. See this? It's a segment, up and down like this. It starts and stops. So it has a definite range. It starts and stops here. Look at the x-axis. How wide is it? And then up and down is the range. Look at the y-axis. How high is it? Up and down, okay? I want to do a couple examples here. This is a line segment. Okay, this point down here is included. But way up here, this point right here is not included. The domain is how wide it is. Look at the x-axis. How wide is this right here? It goes from -6 up to 4. Okay, it includes -6, but it does not include 4. So we make a square bracket by the -6 and a round parentheses bracket by the 4. That means it includes the -6 but does not include the 4. The range is up and down, how high it is, up and down. Look at the y-axis. All right, it starts down here at -4 and includes -4 and goes all the way up here to 2. That's how high it is. It goes up to 2 without including 2. So again, 2 is open, -4 is closed on the range. Another quick example. This is the segment of like a circle. Okay, again, the domain is how wide it is. It starts here at -4 and again goes up to 2. Okay, it includes -4 but does not include 2. So the 2 has the round bracket and the -4 has the square bracket for the domain. And the range again is how tall, up and down. Look at the y-axis. It starts down here at -2, and it does not include it. And it ends up here at 4. Not -4, at 4. Right here, look at the y-axis, it's 4. That's how high it goes, and it includes 4. So the 4 here has a square bracket, the -2 has an open bracket. Okay, some students asked about those. I just want to cover a little closer here today. We also talked about increasing and decreasing intervals. When the slope of the curve is increasing, that means that interval is increasing. It changes direction at the vertex. It's decreasing here in this interval. In the interval, they're talking about the x-axis. That's the interval they're talking about. And here the interval is increasing. It's coming back up like this, okay? We also talked about maximum and minimum values. Okay? It sits at the vertex. If it's the top, it's the max. If it's the bottom, it's the minimum. Okay? Again, you all seem to be pretty good at that. Guys, very important. This formula here with the HK and the A, showing the transformation of an absolute value function. All right, you need to understand that. And we're going to talk about that in the next video and use Desmos too. But I'm hoping you guys can recognize that, how to find the graph from the equation, okay? Guys, right now, go ahead and fill out today's notes assignment and complete the summary assessment that are in the green folder. That's the top folder. And they're a little different today, all right? Because it's a review, we're just covering certain topics for each puzzle piece assignment. And prepare for the next Zoom meeting. We're going to go over the vocabulary assignment together again, which is in the orange folder. Okay, these are vocabulary words today, but you don't really need to know what those are. Okay, I mean, well, you need to know them, but the vocabulary is a little different today, okay? All right, that's it, guys. Don't forget to come to the second Zoom meeting. Thanks.